Greetings and salutations. This is the second of the new quick thought format, and I couldn't help but notice a couple things over the last couple days. I thought we'd talk about it. First, these two come from Jack Posobiec. Americans vote too much, huh? I like this one. Elections are bad for democracy. Let's see. We're locking away political prisoners, and I use that in quotation marks for the algorithm, where we see the current regime persecuting their political opponents. Looks like it's a bad day, right? And of course, if we were worried that maybe that didn't make the day too bad or make us worry about the state of affairs, let's see what else we got. Oh, hey, fears of World War III explode as expert warns that Poland hates Russia and is gagging for a fight. Well, hopefully this other good news, World War III might be fought with viruses. Yeah, that's pleasant. That's real pleasant. I could go on and on. Right? Crime in the streets, the violence, what happened in Maui with Lahaina. I really could go on and on, but I'm not. Because the one thing that all of this has in common is we need to understand they want you to be afraid. They want you living in fear. Because people who are afraid make bad decisions. People who are afraid look for anyone to save them. They'll cling to anyone who they think can keep everything okay. When you're afraid, you make bad decisions, and they want you making bad decisions. They want you controllable. They want you under their thumb. That's what this is all about. Thank you, Derek. He points out that the lockdowns, they've already announced that they're going to start locking down again for COVID. Really? I know I'm not. But again, why? They want fear. They want you afraid. Don't be afraid. I'm not saying live your life willy-nilly. I'm not saying do stupid things, but you don't have to live in fear. It's said that the Bible, at least in the English translations, that fear not is said 365 times. A gentleman by the name of Lloyd Ogilvie, I'm not going to pronounce that name correctly. In his Facing the Future Without Fear, he said that there's actually 366 fear nots in the Bible. One for every day of the year, including the leap year. I don't know if that number is correct. I've seen a few other numbers, but the simple fact of the matter is that idea is found throughout the scriptures. 2 Timothy 1:7, for God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and love and of instruction. We were not made to be afraid. Cowardice is a sin. It is. This is a time for boldness, a time for people to stand up and speak truth. Look, I'm not saying things are going to be okay. I'm saying things are going to probably get a lot uglier. I'm the one saying you should have food stocked up. Make certain you got some ammo. Not because of a revolution, but because you need to be safe. And you need to be able to take care of those around you. That takes courage. That takes real courage. They want you afraid. Look, I'm telling you, there's things that we need to take notice of. Midwest Night Watchers mentions BRICS. I talked about BRICS months ago. Honestly, I kind of figured that would have hit sooner. That's why I was talking much earlier. It's like, hey, make certain by the time summer hits, you've got some food stocked up. Honestly, the things I thought would happen haven't happened. Much worse things happened. But the point is, you can't live afraid of it. Look, I can't live in fear of a tornado. I live in Texas. I'm aware they occur. I take precautions, but I can't live in fear of it. Yeah, things are going to get bad. In fact, I don't know how they can't get any, how they can't not get bad. But that's okay. I'm not going to live my life in fear of it. Because when there's fear, there's control. And I will not be controlled. I don't think you want to be controlled either. The world's a big place and it needs you. It needs every one of you. There's a lot of people out there who need hope, who need someone to come along and say, yeah, it's going to get ugly, but I'm going to be here with you. Who need to see someone stand up and say, no, I'm going to do what's right, not what they want me to do. I'm not afraid. When people see that things change, when people see courage, when they see people living not in fear, they are willing to live not in fear. And that changes the world. That's what they are afraid of. They're worried about their power, which is why they're holding on so tight. It's why they're doing so much. Because ultimately, they're the ones living in fear. And they should be. Because they are evil. They don't want a better world for everyone. They want a better world for themselves. And the rest of us to be chattel property. Ultimately, they know their time is going to come to an end. Because they know that no matter what they do, Jesus is coming. And this whole system is going away. Until then, you don't live in fear. The worst thing that they could possibly do is kill you. And honestly, I genuinely believe living in fear is far worse than death. Don't live in fear. I'll see y'all next time.